Hi, I'm Steve with Advanced Adapters. We're out here in our shipping department. Going to go over how we actually ship our product out. We look here, we have a complete row of both sides of adapter castings for a transmission to transfer case. That's all these castings are, is transmission to transfer case adapter castings. And as we pan over to the other side over here, both sides, these are output shaft and couplers that accompany our transmission to transfer case adapter lineup. All of these are pulled individually by order because we have a lot of things that may use the same shaft or the same casting. There's no way to pre-box everything we need to cover our extensive lineup of transmission to transfer case adapter lineup. Here's an example of one of our castings. This casting here will fit a 700 R4 or Turbo 350 GM automatic transmission. It has a Jeep, Ford, Dodge, New Process, or Dana transfer case bolt pattern on the other side. This casting is commonly used with an Atlas transfer case, very common in our 87 and newer Jeep Wrangler or Cherokee adapter lineup, to adapt the stock New Process transfer cases to a GM automatic transmission. Here's another example of products we manufacture in-house. This happens to be an SM465 main shaft to Jeep Dana 18 or Dana 20 transfer case that is manufactured from scratch in-house at Advanced Adapters, made in the USA. Here we are with the Advanced Adapters manufactured conversion bell housing line. As you can see, we have many different bell housings manufactured in-house for our customers. Here's one popular example, FJ40 4-speed transmission to small block Chevy. Very, very popular. We move on down our lineup. Probably one of the most popular bell housings you can see, and you can tell by the amount of inventory we have. This is the conversion bell housing for a 1976 to 1986 CJ Jeep to put a small block Chevy or 4.3 V6 in. Also used for other applications, but by far one of the most popular bell housings Advanced Adapters manufactures. Our series of bell housings we have here fits Ace & Warner 5-speed transmissions, Toyota transmissions. We'll start off Toyota mini truck replacing 22RE engine with small block Chevy or 4.3 V6 for the G&W series transmissions. We also cover the R series transmission for replacing a 3-liter Toyota V6 with a 4.3-liter Chevy V6 or small block Chevy. Continuing on with our bell housings, we also still do mini transmission conversions for the older market. This happens to be an AMC straight 6-cylinder or AMC V8 bell housing. We do accomplish things like crank position sensor locations for 4-liter engines in our bell housings, and make it for a host of different manual transmissions, whether you want to run an old school 4-speed or a New Venture 4500 5-speed. Here we also have our New Venture 4500 lineup of bell housings for an AMC engine. We also have small block Chevy 4.3 V6 and can host the Generation 3 and Generation 4 LS-based small block engines with these same bell housing components with our supporting line of clutch and flywheel components. We still service our flat fender Jeep guys, the guys that love their Buick V6s for engine conversions. Host of Buick V6 bell housing still, whether you want to use a Ford T18, all the different Chevy applications for converting your flat fender, or newer Jeep with a more modern or 4-speed transmission. Here we are with another very popular bell housing Advanced Adapters has manufactured for many years. This bell housing will allow you to install a New Venture 4500 5-speed in your first generation Dodge diesel, replacing the GetRag 360 5-speed transmission with the newer New Venture 4500 all original clutch components, nothing changes, your factory hydraulics work, and very beefy, much more robust than the factory bell housing. This has led us into one of our new products that will be coming to market, which will be an upgraded bell housing for all you 94 up second gen Dodge trucks with the new Venture 4500. Looking for a more substantial or factory replacement bell housing, Advanced Adapters will be your place to go to for a quality upgraded American made bell housing. Here we are in our motor mount section of Advanced Adapters. What I'm currently holding is a cross member cradle for the TJ series of Jeeps for a small block Chevy retrofit. When replacing a 4-cylinder, this actually acts as a bolt-in application, no cutting or modification needed. Again, engineered in-house with bends and welded, ready to be installed in your TJ. We do more than just motor mounts. We also do cross members. This would be our early Bronco lineup of conversions for New Venture 3550 or even New Venture 4500 transmission retrofits. We have a bolt-in cross member with all the designing and thinking taken care of for you. Here we are holding one of our conversion mounts. This happens to be 2.8 liter Chevy V6 S10 to small block Chevy. If you notice, the size of our steel and the welds are far superior and stronger than anything GM ever put in a vehicle from the factory. So you can buy these with confidence knowing that you're not going to have a failure. Here we're going to have a few examples of how we engineer and do motor mounts here at Advanced Adapters. We have two different sets of mounts here, one being LS engine into the 97 to 06 TJ lineup, and also we have our Magnum 5.2, 5.9 liter Dodge V8 for the same application. We take the guesswork out. When you look at our frame purchase, you'll notice they're adjustable, and they also have alignment tabs that go in existing places on the frame to take the guesswork out of welding in your new motor mounts. When we get to our frame purchase for a TJ such as this, we have engineered steering pillow block mounts, and again come with an alignment tab that uses factory frame mounting points that allows you to set the mount exactly where it is every time, consistent. We have many supporting parts, but some of the lost parts that people may not know where to find anymore is we still manufacture factory Dana 18 twin stick shifter knobs for your older Jeep generation. We have the windshield latches for the CJ5s, and as we move on into our supporting parts that has to go with all of our engine conversion lineups, we will have brackets for clutch linkage or shift linkages, transmission mounts, transmission mount adapters. We also can help take care of your hydraulics. We do braided stainless steel hoses, the accompanied roll pin fittings for different applications. We can eliminate factory plastic lines prone to issues in the Chrysler lineup, and we have the fittings and supporting parts to take care of your conversion or upgrade your factory parts. We still cover some niche markets here. The Orphan 1984 to 86 XJ lineup with their 2.8 liter V6s. We still have some parts to put even a 4.3 Chevy V6 in place of those with the accompanying motor mounts for those applications. When it comes to adapting different engines to different automatic transmissions, we've got to figure out a way to get torque converters bolted up to existing flex plate starter. Here's an example of how we would adapt a torque converter to a different engine, GM engine versus AMC transmission in this respect. Solid, aluminum, index rings, both sides set up when you go together. There is no spacers. very confident that you will not have an issue with the torque converter coming loose from the engine. The accompanying part to our torque converter adapter ring would be our engine to transmission adapter plate. You will notice that the thicknesses mimic each other to keep our spacing on the torque converter the same as factory complete engineered. This happens to be small block Chevy replacing AMC straight 6-cylinder engines. This kit allows us to put a small block Chevy or 4.3 liter V6 in place of an AMC straight 6 or V8 in the Jeep torque plate 3-speed application. It takes many supporting parts to keep up with our lineup. These aisles here happens to be our nuts and bolts, and on the other side, bearings, oil seals, O-rings, all those small pieces that are needed to complete these conversion applications.